We are headed into the Gary's going back to jail era, and I just got one question. But first, what's good, y'all? It's your good sis, Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this one, I'm unpacking the question of who called the feds on Gary. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversation. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it because there are three main suspects: Robin, Penelope, or Jordan. If you missed it, I did do a video talking about Penelope potentially being a fed or a cop herself undercover in the hopes of running this huge sting against Gary Borders. So if you want to explore that ideology, then you can check out that video. I will link it in the description box down below. But I'm not going to go into depth here. This is just about who may have tipped off the feds. And I'm still incorporating Robin into this mix because he, I think, has the biggest motive out of everybody. Yes, Gary has been a trifling asshole to Jordan. Yes, he has been a menacing demon to Penelope. Yes, but he was attempting and or succeeded with, because we never got full confirmation that him and Hayden succeeded in the hostile takeover of the law firm against Robin. But that to me seems like one of the biggest motivating things that would drive someone to not only investigate the person that's coming at them this way financially and on the career level, but in a way that could completely subdue Gary. So Robin and Gary, for quite a while, we got to see them going back and forth, and it was over Gary's jealousy over Andi and Robin's interest in Andi. Gary is the one who took the beef, which I don't even know if you can call a one-sided issue a beef, but Gary's the one who took the beef to another level and escalating it to the point of recruiting his client, who has investment monies in the firm, to call for a call and basically push for this hostile takeover. With additional intel from Hayden, they were able to make this work, forcing Robin to try to come up with a certain amount of money to be able to stay as the majority shareholder, majority owner of the actual law firm. And all that we got in the last moments that we've gotten to see Robin, which we didn't get to see him at all in season 6, and the last time we actually got to see him, I believe, was episode 20 of season 5, was that he was going to go find the money because he had trumped Hayden and Gary, came up with the money that they initially had, and then they went around him because him and Gary had a moment. He's like, yeah, I got the money. He's peacocking a little bit. So then Gary scrambles and figures out how to get the partners to ask for additional $3 to $4 million, which he doesn't actually have. And then he's like, okay, you'll have it by 5 o'clock, and then we never see him again. That to me seems like the biggest battery ever to put in somebody's back, especially because you had this back and forth. So not only do he want to get his company back or get out of the financial hot water that Gary has brought to his front door, but he needs to be able to neutralize Gary so that he's not able to use any of his contacts, any of his resources moving forward to press the issue again or to make this become a pain in his side again. So if Robin is returning, he would be the number one suspect on my list who would have tipped the feds off, because the same way that Hayden and Gary looked into Robin's finances and figured out that he's over leveraged, meaning that he didn't have enough liquid cash to be able to come up with the money for the call, which is why they push for it. The same thing can happen for Gary. He is a hedge fund manager, and there's a certain amount or certain parts of his financials that have to be public as well if he's making certain deals on behalf of his clients. And, typical standard percentages based off of what his job is could allude to like how much money he's supposed to have versus how much money he actually have. And then all you got to do is backtrack from whatever percentage that you could estimate that he's taking from these clients, and then look at some of the purchases he's made. He bought Andi a $500,000 car. Cash. He bought Andi this penthouse that probably was at least $3 or $4 million. Paid that outright. And we also learned that he's also buying things for other people. So even if he bought Penelope a Prius, that's still a $40,000 car. Cash. Got her an apartment or condo. And then he's also said that he's doing this with other women. So he's sprinkling this cash all around. We can go back to the type of suits that he wear, the type of shoes that he's wearing as well. And it's like financial records show that he doesn't have any loans or don't have this or don't have that, and the money don't start to add up, then people can start to ask questions. And I think Robin was within his due diligence, because this man was coming for him financially. This man was coming for his career, to go ahead and do the same due diligence that they did on him back to them. Now, Hayden is just a little peon. Like, he makes it a little cute coin at the job. He's definitely, a 6-figure earner, but he ain't doing too much. So if Robin was to look into both of them, it's very clear, because he owns the place that Hayden works for. So he knows exactly how much Hayden's getting paid. He knows, you can see how much his house is worth, and his stuff probably lines up. But guess what? On Gary's end don't line up. And we get the confirmation from me by Hudson. Hudson deciding to completely wipe his entire computer hard drive is a telltale sign that whatever they said he did that because there will be nothing for you to hide. There will be no need to flush the Coke down the toilet if it wasn't Coke. Nobody's flushing baby powder down the toilet. When the feds come in to raid, ain't nobody flushing baby powder down the toilet. I'm just saying. The way that Gary is scrambling, all this anxiety that he's feeling, all of this proves that he did it. And now they just need to get the tangible proof. Now they just need the things in hand that they're going to be able to take it to the courtroom, lay out in front of the jurors and the judge, so that they can go ahead and throw some years on that man's head. I love that for him. It's giving, yes, let's dance, let's party for the demise of Gary Borders. 120%. So my number one vote is that Robin did this, and I'm hoping, because I personally want the Robin character to come back into the Sistas universe, and this would be a perfect way for him to make a dramatic return. Can y'all imagine Robin walking into the law firm wearing a nice crispy ass suit, fresh lineup, moisturized, ready to walk back into his office as Gary is being carted out because he done brought his goofy ass back up in here to do something terrorizing towards Andi, and the feds have already gotten everything that they needed and they're putting him under arrest, and Robin get to say, hostile take over that. I'm here for it. Tyler, come on now. We need the reward of this. But, there's still a possibility that it wasn't Robin, and that we will never see him again, which I hope is not the case, but it could possibly be the case. So the other two, I definitely think that Penelope and or Jordan could be a part of it. We get to see in the trailer that Penelope is looking for some paperwork, or looking through Gary's paperwork for something. And this could be her looking for evidence that the feds actually need, even if she's not a fed herself, even if she's just an informant, like some of y'all are saying in the comment section of various videos. Then she's looking for additional proof that you can find in his home versus at his office, especially if Hudson is already helping him, shred things, delete files, and all of that. She could actually help get certain pieces of evidence before they are actually destroyed, especially if she, started looking into things when she found out about Andi, and then started to run her little calendar facts and correlate, the dates of when he wasn't with her and with Andi and yada, yada, yada. And then finding all the other women on Instagram, she could have taken it a step further to look into his finances and realize that all of this don't make sense. When she learned that, oh, you bought Andi a Rolls Royce, you bought Andi this penthouse. Oh, okay. Maybe bopty bopty boop. And did she not necessarily contact the FBI, but the SEC? I wonder. So she could definitely be an informant in this case. And I think that Jordan could as well. I think that I'm less likely to lean towards Jordan, in that I feel like Jordan's sole connection to Gary is Penelope. And they were able to develop a deeper, or not even a deeper, because it's a shallow ass connection. They were able to get further entangled because Gary decided to entangle his money within his campaign and support his efforts to make certain political moves. And Gary only did that because he likes to control people with money. So I think that Jordan is definitely going to work with the cops now, the feds now, but I don't necessarily believe that he was the one who tipped this all off and decided to initiate all of this. Unless, 3 months ago he decided, I got to get my sister out of here, and this is all part of that greater plan. But again, Penelope would be involved in that as well. I doubt that Jordan is actually leading the charge in this way. But now it's your turn. Tell me who you think is the one who tipped the feds off that got them knocking at Gary and everybody that Gary knows door. Okay? I'm your good sis, you Let's Talk TV with. I'm headed to the comment section right now so we can keep this conversation going. And YouTube thinks that you would love to watch this video next.